negative contraction and positive contractions of the future simple words. If we say shall not, then we will say shan't, or if we will say will not, then won't. If I say I shall, then I'll, and if we say we shall, then will. And if I say you will, then we will call it you will, and then if we say they will, then we will say they will. Okay, so in such a form we will make the contraction form of these words. Let us talk about the interrogative form of future simple sentence. Our sentence was I will speak English. So we all know that whenever we just change it into interrogative one, then we will put the helping verb in the place of subject, means on the first place. So if I say I will speak English, then if I want to make it an interrogative one, then I will say will I speak English, or shall I speak English? Let's see the keywords for simple future tense. They are tomorrow, and for tomorrow we can also use next day, following day, the day after, or next, in 2015, in June, after, on Monday, at 1 p.m. Such sort of words we can use for the simple future tense. Let us see its usage. It is used to express an action that will happen in some indefinite time in future, or it is also used with an action that will happen in some definite time in future. Now let's talk about future continuous tense, which is the second part of future tense. Let us see where do we use it, how can we use it, and what is its sentence structure. First of all, let's see that what is the formula for using future continuous tense. So if the subject is I or we, then along with the helping verb be will also be used. So, and the main verb ing form of verb will be used. So if I say I shall be speaking English, so that will be in the future continuous tense. Or if the subjects are you, they, he, she, or it, then helping verb will be used along with the ing form of verb. So the formula for future continuous tense will be subject plus helping verb plus ing form of the main verb. So its usage will be, it denotes an action that will be happening at some time in future. Let's take an example. If I'll say I shall be speaking English, so I will be the subject, then shall be will be helping verb, and speaking English will be the main verb. As we know that if we want to make a simple sentence into the negative one, so we will use not along with the helping verb. So if I want to change a sentence which is in future continuous tense, that I shall be speaking English, then I will use not along with shall be. So how can the sentence will be? So I shall not be speaking English. This will be the sentence structure of a negative sentence in future continuous tense. In the same manner, if I want to change a simple sentence of future continuous into the interrogative one, then I will put the helping verb in the place of subject, means at the first place. So if I want to say I will be speaking English, then I will put will be in the first place. So will I be speaking English? This will be the sentence structure of an interrogative sentence in future continuous tense. Let us see some of the keywords used in future continuous tense. Tomorrow, and for tomorrow we can use next day, the following day, the day after, or next, after, on Monday. some sort of words we can use for future continuous tense. Let us see its usage. So future continuous tense is used to express an action that will be happening in some indefinite time in future. Now let's discuss future perfect tense, which is the third part of future tense. So the sentence structure of future perfect tense is I plus shall have plus the third form of the verb. So if what will be the formula for it? Subject plus helping verb plus third form of the verb. Okay, so what is its usage? It denotes an action that already have happened in future. Let's see the example of it. If I say I shall have spoken English, so in this sentence I will be the subject, shall have will be helping verb, and spoken English will be the main verb. So spoken is the third form of speak. So here third form of the verb will be used. So if I want to change a simple sentence into a negative one, I will use not along with the helping verb. So if a simple sentence is I shall have spoken English, then I will use not along with the helping verb shall have. Then the sentence will ultimately become negative. So the sentence will be I shall have not spoken English. So this will be the negative form of future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect tense. In the same manner, if I want to change a simple sentence into an interrogative one, so I will use the helping verb in place of the subject, means on the first place. So in the sentence we will have spoken English, we will use will have we spoken English. So this will become the interrogative form of future perfect tense. Let us see some of the key words used in future perfect tense. They are when, by the time, by next day, by next week, by next month, by next year, by the end of, for. So such kind of words are used in future perfect tense. This future perfect tense is used to express an action that will already have happened in future and will happen before another action in future. So these are the uses of future perfect tense. Now let's talk about the last part of future tense, that is future perfect continuous tense. Let us talk about it. What is the formula for it? What is its usage, and what are the keywords which indicate the future perfect continuous tense? In future perfect continuous tense, subject, if the subject is I or we, then the helping verb will be shall have been, and then the main verb, ing form of main verb will be used. And in the same manner, if the subjects are you, they, he, she or it, then the helping verb will have been will be used and ing form of the main verb will be there. So the formula will be subject plus helping verb plus main verb. In the main verb, ing form of verb will be used. So its usage is, it denotes an action that will be there in progress after some time in future. Let us take its example. If I say I shall have been speaking English, so here I will be the subject, shall have been will be the helping verb, and speaking English will be the main verb. So here speaking, in the speaking, the ing form of the verb is used. If we want to change a simple sentence of future perfect continuous tense, then not will used along with the helping verb as usual. So if the simple sentence is I shall have been speaking English, then we will use not along with shall have been. So in the sentence, if we want to make it negative, we will use I shall have not been speaking English. So this will be the negative form of this sentence. In the similar manner, if we want to change a simple sentence into interrogative one, as usual, the helping verb will come in place of the subject. So Here the helping verb is shall have been. So shall have been will come in the place of subject, and after that helping verb we will use the subject. So the sentence will become shall have been I speak in English. Okay, so this will be the interrogative form of this sentence. Let's see the keywords used in future perfect continuous tense. And they are when, by the time, by next day, by next week, by next month, by next year, by the end of. Such kind of words are used in future perfect continuous tense. Let us see its usage. It is used to express an action that will continue up until a particular time. So this is all future perfect continuous tense. So here we have completed complete future tense also. So in this manner the complete tenses are being finished. So students, this is all the tenses. I hope you all have understood the various structures of various tenses, the keywords used in them, and along with the example. So practice them, learn all the rules. It will help you everywhere whenever you will use the grammar. So I hope you all have understood the tenses. Practice it. Thank you.